Hello, today we're going to be focusing on the billing and payments tools on the Sourcing Club platform. So let's first look at Open Bills. Here you can see a list of all your open bills. When you click into a bill, you'll see down below an image that you submitted to us, and above it all the items from that bill that we extracted, along with the vendor name and the vendor information. There's no need to pre-input your vendors as we get it directly from the bill. As you can see right here, we publish alerts on the bill. We publish these when something looks slightly off on a bill. They do not restrict you from doing anything, and if you would like to remove an alert, you can just click the delete button. But there's no reason to have to clear all the alerts. On particular items, we'll show you if there was something odd, something that we noticed that was odd. For example, a large increase in the price of a product, or a large increase in the quantity ordered of a product. You can get us bills either by using our mobile app, through email, or through text. Well, that'll be a topic for another video. Let's now move into how you can account for bills. You can see up here there's an accounting tab for each bill. On it, you can then choose by item if you'd like to actually change the expense class for that bill. This is the most specific way to change the expense class on an item, or on a bill. A more general way to do it would be to go to the Vendors tab. And here you'll see a listing of all your vendors. Click Edit to get into a vendor. Sometimes, depending on the number of items, this can take a second. Then go to the Accounting tab for that vendor, and you can choose the correct expense account as a default for that vendor, and then all the items will be put into that default expense account. You can also choose a default class if that's relevant for your QuickBooks, or a default AP account for that particular vendor. The most general way to set up your accounting is to go back to the home screen and then click on Accounting, and then click Edit under Bill Management Defaults. Here, you can actually set a default expense account for all your vendors. So what happens when you set a default is it'll change anything that has not been manually set. So if you've manually set a line item or a vendor and you change the default expense account, it will not change those. It'll only change the ones that were already on the default expense account. So to review, the most general way to set an expense account is to set a default. We recommend this going to a general cost of goods sold account. Then you can pick by vendor. For example, your produce vendor, you could assign to a food purchases account, or a beverage vendor you can assign to a beer purchase account. And then for each item on a bill, if there's something that you would like to actually assign a split from the general default for that vendor, you can go to the Accounting tab and click that into the right expense account. Now we'll move into payments. To pay a bill, you can either choose to pay due date or choose to pay now. You have the same two options here. If you've already paid a bill and are not planning to pay it through our platform, you can click Already Paid to clear it from the Open Bill screen. Once you click an option to pay a bill, you'll see that you can choose your payment dates here, and you'll see the bills appear on the pending payments section. Once a bill has actually been paid, you'll see the check number, the date it was sent, and which invoices were actually sent. This will also be printed on the check stub. If you need to look into a particular invoice on that bill, you can click the PDF icon here, and we'll pull up a PDF of that bill for you. Finally, you can set up auto payments and payment terms by going back to the Open Bill screen And you'll see that right under the due date on the right-hand side over here, you'll see the button Change Terms. This will take you into that vendor. And sorry, it's going to take a second to do the number of items on this vendor. And you can see the terms on which the various terms you can set for that particular vendor, and the due date will be then accordingly calculated based on which terms you choose. You can also set up an auto pay for that vendor based on the payment terms. And if there's an alert on the bill, you can also remove it from the auto pay queue. Once you're done, click Save at the bottom. I hope this was a helpful overview of our billing and payment tools. If you have any questions, be sure to shoot us a note by clicking over here on the help icon. Have a great day.